Hi, Tyler from Infidelity here. Today we're going to talk about the new Koss SP330. This is a $129 on-ear sealed headphone. Mostly probably for portable use and that kind of application. There's a these are actually a pretty good looking headphone. I'd say they maybe look a little better in person than in photos. Kind of a soft, gooey, not really gooey, but slippery, matte black plastic surface with a couple of chrome accents and anodized aluminum accents. The cable goes into the left ear and is about 54 inches long, which is just exactly right for a portable player. It does not have a remote and microphone on it. The ear pads are apparently a pretty good quality protein leather and memory foam underneath, so it's real memory foam underneath. Memory foam in the headband with a fabric cover here. These are a fairly comfortable headphone. They're very, very light, but they're small, so it takes a little bit of fidgeting to get them to really settle on your ears, and that's important, and we'll get to later for bass response. What I found was that to adjust the caliper pressure on these, you want to extend the headband and then give them a little bend to increase the pressure, or the other direction for decreasing the pressure. I did find that these appear to be fairly durably built as well, even though they don't look like it. So I was kind of worried about that at first, but they do seem to be pretty durable. So anyway, bending the headband in right there a little bit and there a little bit will increase the pressure against your ears and improve the bass response, the seal for bass response, and also just letting them warm up on your ears and the memory foam settle in helps it out a lot. These do have to get a pretty good seal to get the bass response they're capable of. Still staying on the build quality front a little bit, they do not have any folding mechanisms other than the pads rotating flat, and the cable is removable, and they do come with a hard-sided clamshell case, but the case is significantly larger than the headphones. I've received a number of headphones from Koss in the recent days, and they all use this exact same size case, or pretty close, except the inserts are different for the different headphones. So I think they're saving a few bucks, but they're taking up space that doesn't really need to be taken up with these headphones. So between the non-folding features, which doesn't let the headphone get any smaller than this, the no remote on the cable, and the rather large case, I find the sort of peripheral issues around this headphone a little bit of a mixed bag. Personally, I would have liked to have seen this headphone at 99 bucks, and at 129 manufactured suggested retail. It may actually get there at some point. But then I listened to them, and boy, do they sound good. And boy, would I be willing to pay $129 for that sound quality. Sound quality is excellent. The bass response, as long as you can get a good seal, is very, very nice and very, very nicely sculpted. The bass extension is very good. It's nice, tight, low distortion bass. There is a slight bass rise hump of an appropriate amount, and it comes back to the zero line by 300 hertz or 250 hertz or thereabouts. So it doesn't have a thick lower mid-range or any bloat down there at all. The mid-range is very nice and coherent and even. All the way up to 5K. Very few headphones don't do some little nosedive after 2 kilohertz or 1 kilohertz, and these are pretty flat on their response right out to 5K. Makes them sound very present. You're very much a first row headphone. You're sitting there right in front of the music. There's no veil whatsoever. So it's a really lovely presentation in that way. The one problem I had is in the very upper, mid to upper treble, somewhere in there, I get a little bit of maybe you might call it maybe a metallic sound. That's really not quite right, but cymbals and very fast transients seem slightly overemphasized in a certain way, but they remain pretty natural sounding and pretty true to the instrument. So cymbals sound really like cymbals. They're quite good. So I was very, very, very impressed with the sound quality of these headphones, and after being disappointed with very expensive headphones that have very good build and styling, but the sound quality isn't quite there. When you find the opposite, where maybe the build quality and styling is a little bit of a mixed bag, but the sound quality is great, well, if you're going to have any faults, that's the way to go, in my opinion. So they certainly get very high marks on the sound quality front. They're going to go up on the Wall of Fame. I'm not sure if I'm going to take anything off the Wall of Fame. I'll have to look at it a little more closely. I did compare them to the Noontech Zorro HDs, the Onkyo SP330, whatever it is. A couple of other headphones as well. If you read the article on innerfidelity.com, you can read that part of it. But these can really beat them on sound quality. So, great job, Koss. The Koss SP330, a very, very good sounding headphone. Isolation is also quite good, so you can use them walking around, no problem. But just music listening, no mic remote on the cable. So, great job, Koss, and hope you get a chance to listen to a pair sometime soon.